I've centered, grounded and bubbled and created a golden cube. My grounding cord is like a yellow, like this. I'm currently inside after vomiting for most of the morning from a process in the Panchakarma, and my being really wants to go outside. My being wants to go and sit on the ground, on the earth, and become more present with the present moment. I've been sleeping and in other realms. And I don't want that right now. I want to be here on earth in this present moment. I feel sad because I want to feel the wind on my face, and I feel joy because the wind just started to blow on my face. I feel sad because my body is connecting, purging, letting go of the old. Letting go of the old Charlotte, the Charlotte who gave her century away, the Charlotte who adapted to what other people want. My being, I feel angry for stepping. I feel angry because I want to step into the light fully. I feel angry because I am the being. I am the being, and I want to be here. I have been experiencing life in the background, and I have loved it, and it's time for something different. I want to step forward and not be behind the survival strategies. Be in front of the survival strategies. Experiencing the feelings, not from emotions, but experiencing feelings. There's a big tree in front of me. I feel sad because many of its branches are broken and dying. And I feel joy about that as well, actually, because is growing, it's moving. And I feel sad because death is a moment to say goodbye. And then hello. I feel joy because I have no judgment about yes or hello or goodbye. That it's not good or bad, right or wrong. It's change. And I feel fear. I feel fear because I'm letting go of that part of me that adapted and was good girl, friendly, accommodating. And I feel fear because my box feels fear because it's something that's familiar, something that's known. Ooh, yeah. And I feel fear and joy because it's aliveness, something new, something different. And I feel aliveness because I notice how much more I'm just going with what is coming and yeah, I love it. It's exhilarating. And there's emotional fear there as well, but not enough to stop me from saying some of the time. And I'm enjoying being on this journey. I feel joy because it's changing everything, like it's changing my reality. It's changing my perspectives. I noticed how I was reading a message from someone and it was very clear to me that I was reading it in a very different way to how I used to read it. And I feel joy about that. I feel joy about exploring that more. Yeah, I want to explore it more. Like what? How can I create more of that? That being sovereignty. I like as I was reading it, I noticed that I was still very much in my center, and was this neutrality. Yeah, there was this neutrality that was there. About the message that I was reading, and an acceptance of me, and this is where I am. This is my X on the map. This is how I'm communicating. I feel joy. I feel joy because there's this sensation in my stomach actually. Something clicked. And also I feel sadness because something clicked. Because I am being more with my body, with my feelings. And right now I feel joy because I'm noticing that there's an absence of emotions. And with the absence of emotions, I notice how one thing is that my feelings flow a bit faster, and yet I am going slower. And there's more spaciousness for being in reality. And I feel sad because I have a longing to be in reality. All of reality, and reality isn't just this moment, oh, this is happening right now. Reality is all the tiny, subtle things that are happening in this moment. The tiny sounds, the tiny sensations on the skin, the tiny smells, tastes. So there's reality that is like the frame of reality, and then within that frame there's more layers, there's more textures to that reality. And the more presence you have, the more presence I have in this reality, the more taste I have, the more experience I have of this reality. It's kind of like grids of reality. And within those grids, there's the sensations, there's the emotions, there's the feelings, there's and the results of that. Like when there's emotions, there's less space for the bigness of the reality in that grid. It's dependent on the charge of that emotion. And I suddenly had a thought of go through the feelings from therefore, what do I want? This is what I want. This is what I want. And this is what I want to keep exploring, documenting each grid of reality that I'm in, which goes from moment to moment. Yeah, and I feel like this is what I want to explore, this reality. It's a low level anger that I'm feeling, because this is what I want. What else can I find in these grids of reality? And what can I experience being in connection with others and in these grids of reality, with this conscious awareness of these grids of reality? Because I can do it here, sitting here on my own, being present, and this is what I want. I feel joy and anger because I will explore this when I go to dinner, and there will be other people there in the canteen. And what do I experience about being in the grid of reality? I'm complete.